keeping a beat is simple. What you want to try to start with is something slow and simple, much like a slow beat, much like a heartbeat. Keeping a beat can be made simpler if you try snapping your fingers to the beat you're making. Now, making beats can be a bit difficult for someone who's a beginner. Now, you might be experienced, and that's okay. Try something called beat matching. It's when you match the beat of one thing to another. So in this case, to keep on beat, try tapping your foot, which you can't see right now, but I am tapping my foot. So. Now, you're probably wondering, I assume you're wondering, how I'm doing these sounds that I do. I can show you techniques. Now, for the kind of bass drum, try pressurizing the air around your lips. Like that, like you're about to pop. Like you're about to pop your lips, like. But then try relaxing your lips a little bit, and then push air through. Now for the other one, which I can't recall what it would sound like on a drum at the moment, but it's basically like a pfft noise. Pfft. You let out the corner of your mouth. Pfft. Combining both of those, you can create something pretty simple, like changing pitch and tone will make it sound a bit different. What you can also do is try to practice getting faster with the movements. Get familiar with the mouth movements that you make that you use to make that sound. And when you speed up those sounds, you can make them into something different, like this. Of course, those are just two basic sounds, which you won't get much out of that, much variety. You can try adding some snare, which would be, or snare bass, which is done by pushing air through your lips at the same time you're holding, imagine like a duck's bill, like that. So, a better way to envision it would probably be how some people go like as a release of air. Try to do that same motion, but try to tense up your muscles more for that, and then pressurize the air that you're releasing, basically making it more forceful. So combining that with those four sounds would be which is still a little bit better, but it's not the kind of you know what? But it's not the kind of variety you want. Wow. Anyways, I can't speak today, but the next thing you want to try to do is improvise. One of the most useful skills to have when you beatbox is improvising. So a lot of first timers have issues, or not even issues, just kind of hard time trying to come up with the next note or beat. So they make a few, but then they don't know what to put next. What I'd advise for this is to just keep practicing. One good way to try to practice this is to think of a few notes in your head, or think of a repetitive beat. Think of one of the nice songs that you like, something that has drum in it, or something that has some kind of beat to it. Electro usually works good. You can use something slow-paced or fast if you're up for that. Now, playing a little bit of the track that you're listening to it and listen to what you hear might help you replicate the sounds more. Beatboxing comes in all sorts of sounds, styles, so it doesn't matter what you sound like. What matters is that you're making the sounds that you want to make, and you're making the beats that you want to make, not what other people want you to make. So when you're listening to a track, try to listen to what instruments you hear, or what repetitive beat you hear. Something simple would be like a build-up, like something like that. You listen to it a few times, and then you can get the grasp of what it sounds like, and try to replicate it. Now, it might be a bit difficult, so maybe starting off with electro or something slower would suit your tastes. But when you upgrade your skill and become better, or more experienced is what I would like to call it, you can try doing dubstep, which involves a lot of heavy beats, sometimes quick, fast-paced, and a lot of beats at once. So that would be a bit more advanced, I guess. Another good technique would be to listen to the beat of the music, and not necessarily the track that's going along with it, but what beat it carries. Like when you're listening to a track, is it like boom, 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 or is boom, boom, like a slow beat? That would also be important too. And maintaining that beat when you're creating your own beats will help you possibly make an entire length, like an entire track length sort of thing. So I'm going to do an example of what that would look like if you were to listen to a track or any electro song really and try to replicate it. Now, I prefer to go for D&B, which is drum and bass, or hardstyle, which is also usually composed of a lot of drum and bass things, which is pretty good and helpful for learning if you want to try. But want to try some advanced stuff, some fairly advanced stuff. For example, this one would be called Set Free. Now let's listen to a few seconds of this. Now you hear something that goes, so it has two beats in one of them, or something like that. Now replicating this, it's a tablet, I know. Oh jeez. But besides this being a tablet, it's still useful. Anyways, I'm just gonna play it and listen to this. That was sort of simple. It's a bit slow. You could speed up slow songs that you like and try to match those, which is maybe a little bit difficult, but shouldn't be all that different if you know the song itself. That was a short tutorial. Should I even call it a tutorial, man? Just showing you some stuff. I hope you found this useful. And if you need anything else, sorry, people are being loud downstairs, but if you do need anything else, y'all better shush. You're being loud. God, okay. If y'all need anything else, please feel free to drop it down in the comments and tell me what you might need help with, or really any advice on the topic of beatboxing. I can't tell you that I'm a professional or anything, and I'm sure there are tons of people that are better than me, and I acknowledge that. But I do know a lot, and I'm willing to share that knowledge with you guys, or really anybody who may be watching this right now. So I hope you found this useful. Drop things that you want to know how to do in the comments. And until the next one. Peace. I don't know, man. I guess see you into the next video. I don't know how to do outros.